This March, we started a new chapter in the sanctuary. It was actually something that was put into motion 2 years ago at our first gala. I was surprised with an announcement that Gino Vona and Nazaro Excavation was donating their labor to begin the initial site work.
I got involved with the foundation. I was over Mr. Phil Arbor office, and on the tripod I saw the schematic of the design, and I asked him where was the project, and he told me that it was in Newton, and I said, how do I get involved? And he says, very easy, I get you involved.
We then approached Nazaro, Gene and Ross Nazaro, as excavators. There was a great deal of excavation and fill that we need to bring in, together with Gino Vona, who's the best stonemason I know, to sort of help us.
So we've done the excavation portion, all the heavy lifting for the earthwork, constructing the footings that the retaining wall sits on, as well as bringing in the massive amount of fill material to create the grades and the sculpted terraced lawns for the butterfly gardens at the downhill slope of the wall.
And so we set this stage, and then, Gino's guys show up, and they created the most magnificent wall that I could ever fathom. The miracles just don't stop. Gino then sends Phil a picture of a drawing that he had done. He was sitting in church at a funeral and had drawn on the front of the program this beautiful sun.
Memories. My cousin funeral. I was listening to the mass, and then all at once I asked my wife for a pen, and I started creating a sunburst, which I felt that if Michael is an angel, definitely this kid is up there waiting for him, and had to do something about it.
What Gino didn't know is that for me, the sanctuary is a place where heaven and earth sort of bump right up against each other. And so in those moments, that's where Catherine is. And Gino's explaining the sun, and he says to me, it is the place, he said, it is where the rays of sun are where heaven reaches down to earth and earth back up to heaven. And I thought, wow, that's divine, right there, because it is the place where heaven and earth just bump up.
It's so gratifying to work on a project. The people involved all have big hearts and all seem to be in it for the same reason. There's something about Catherine's story, I think, and who she was and how she was that has inspired so many people. It brings out a kindness and generosity that's unusual.
Our experience throughout the project has been nothing but, the best. It's a beautiful place to come every day, and who would not want to work out here every day? And it's the kind of place that puts you in a good mood and makes you forget about, all your woes for the day. And
so I think that the sanctuary has really come to be more than I really expected it to believe, in a good way, because I think that we've reached out to so many people, and I think we've changed a lot of people for the better. And I think that we're going to continue to make it their happy place, and I think that's what my goal for the sanctuary is to become a place where people like me can go and just be at peace with themselves.